Good morning and blessings. Welcome to our Sunday service at our Unity Spiritual Center of Coastal Delaware. I'm Karen Lockman, your celebration assistant today. We are pleased and grateful to welcome Joshua Inacio as our speaker and Greg Shupe as our musician.
Jan and JD are wonderful singer-songwriters, positive music from Colorado. You can check them out. This is one of my favorites of theirs. Nothing is ever lost. We are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost. We are not forgotten, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Morning sun coming through the trees, green leaves shimmer in the summer breeze, songbirds singing to the honeybees, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. After the dazzle of day is done, moon makes love to the setting sun. Stars come twinkling one by one, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We sleep in dreams both deep and bright, sailing through the velvet night, refreshing the soul to the Spirit's delight, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten.
And now Greg will give us his second song, I Am the Place Where God Shows Up.
A song from Eddie Watkins Jr., a great bass player, played on a lot of old soul and Motown songs. Now writes a lot of positive music, and another person to check out. I really like this song. Am I strong enough to bear the burden that sometimes comes from living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decision when I'm standing at a fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder till I realize I'm not alone. There's nothing I have to do on my own, 'cause I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the strength of mind and body to live a life of grace and holiness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone. There's nothing I have to do on my own, 'cause I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
It's a delight for me to be here and introduce myself. My name is Joshua. Before I even start, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm so grateful for this invitation. I want to acknowledge a wonderful team that's making this all happen. You know, I get to see behind the scenes, as it were, and each person doing their best and doing what they can, bringing themselves. And this to me is very, it's delightful. It's delightful. You know, I've actually been involved in ministry for 15 or 16 years. Um, and I don't I don't love the performative side of it. Um, I'm very fascinated, intrigued, curious, and devoted in a way to the people who do the things that no one sees. And I love that, and to get to see this and how you support each other and guide and assist each other, I find it lovely. Um, Greg, for your beautiful music, thank you ever so much. I'm delighted I'm going to get to hear another song from you. Thank you so much. To do this with on Zoom and with a microphone and a guitar, it's a very unforgiving format. And you sing beautifully, and thank you. And Jan, thank you for that beautiful prayer. I truly felt it. Truly felt it. So let me get to work here. You know, I wrote down your community affirmation. I'm going to read it out loud. I wrote it down here in a minute. It spoke to me deeply. But also, please forgive me. I've been ill this weekend, and I'm going to be a little croaky and nasally. So I do apologize. Anyway, my talk today that I felt I wanted to give to you, because this is not my talk I'm just going to wheel out to every unity that I should speak to. No, that's not the case. You know, God speaks to me as God speaks to us all in our own ways. And that conversation began about 6 weeks ago, I would say, when I was in CVS, actually, just saying. And my attention was brought to actually a book of daily prayers, which I should have. It's actually over there, but you take my point. And my eyes were guided to pages about risk and trust, okay, and the sharper things that God leads us towards. And I started to get an understanding of what I was being asked to speak to you guys about today. Now, you don't go into ministry knowing that your country is going to go to war with another country the day before you speak to them, okay? However, these things happen, and I do not say that flippantly, forgive me. These things happen, and I'm saying that because the sacred texts on which we have all grown up with, they are full of war, they are full of conflict, and in a way have created our religious and spiritual institutions of our lifetimes. In my talk today, I will quote one thing from the Bible, which technically actually isn't in the Bible. But the reason for that is I'm starting to see that we are in a way creating the third testament in real time. I hope you'll, no, I don't know. Perhaps you will agree with me that we have not lived through times like this, and I'm not as young as I look. By the way, I've got my 50th birthday in sight. I have lived a few years myself. These are quite unusual times, and we are living our truth and spiritual truth as we go. Okay. So, with that all said, my talk today is the courage to trust what God is asking for you. I was reading the room, going through last year. I did not see things out there in the world improving. Okay, and so our ability to steer ourselves needs to improve. I would say this is where I am coming from today. And in that title, courage, trust, and what God is asking for you, I want to address those and reframe them. The purpose of this talk, my friends, is to not give you reassurance, but remind you of it. I don't believe that people can be told things that aren't true. And I don't think that's true because we know what our truth is and we are connected to it. But you can be reminded of that. You can be reconnected with it. That's what I want to do today. That's what I want to do. Now, let's begin by calling out really what the real world daily challenge is, because I do not believe that people are ungodly. No, I don't think that at all. I think people are overwhelmed. I think people are overwhelmed with constant information, with instability out there, with economic pressure, conflict, and the quiet exhaustion of it all, right? And I think the question that most people are carrying these days is, how do I know what to do anymore, right? Because if there is a spiritual crisis, if there is an existential crisis, it's not as simple as disbelief. It's not as simple as I believe or I don't. I think it's more about inner confusion. And now you see we're questioning. Got a lot of questions. We question our institutions, question our leaders, and probably question our own judgment as well. And so the thing is, if trusting God feels harder, I don't think it's because we've lost faith in God. I think we have lost confidence in recognizing God. Okay? So if we look at what is involved with how God communicates with us, okay? So you see, I'm not saying our relationship with God, I'm saying how God communicates with us. Okay? I think part of the problem is our expectation of it. I mean, what we think that guidance looks like, what we think that guidance should look like from divine and from our divine. Okay. And I think we think it should look like certainty. We think it should look loud or like a clear sign or even feeling peace or peaceful before we take an action, right? But you've all had divine guidance. You all have it all of the time. And I think you'll agree with me that divine guidance is quiet. It's still. It's inconvenient. It's usually personal and always persistent. It's quieter. They say conscience is a pest because it won't leave you alone. Yeah, we expect God to feel certain, but usually God will feel like responsibility. That's what I'm talking about. We kind of know what is ours to do. This beautiful prayer that Jean read, make me an instrument of your peace. I am not the same instrument as any of you, and each one of you is not the same instrument as the rest of us. And so it's not necessarily guidance we're waiting for. It's permission. It's permission to make our melody. It's permission for us to let ourselves be heard. And so what is God's communication really trying to show us? Well, it's trying to show us maybe a boundary that we need to set or a conversation we need to have, maybe a role that we've outgrown, or it's a step that we keep postponing or a shortcut we keep taking. Because we're praying for clarity, aren't we? Right? We're always praying for excuse me. We're always praying for clarity, but very often we already have it. Perhaps we're not praying for guidance. We're praying for God to make us not have to do what we know we have to do, right? And so when we delay and when we procrastinate, it's probably a fear. It's probably because we're afraid of what obedience is going to require and change in us. So then there is trust. Trust. Now, I wish, oh God, I wish trust looked like calmness. I wish it looked like certainty. I wish it looked like immediate results. Like if I do this, that will happen. But I think you'll agree with me. The reality is that trust really looks like doing something, acting while you're unsure, doing something without a guarantee, and honoring your truth and authenticity before you're comfortable. Oh, and then there's faith. Then there's faith. Faith is behavioral. Yeah, faith is behavioral. Faith is what you do with what you already know, right? And I think you'll agree that that is what builds the muscle of belief. And so where does courage come into all of this? Well, there's a cost to following guidance, isn't there? Right? There's a cost. If it's approval, predictability, maybe it's identity, maybe it's control, right? But again, we're not ignoring guidance because we don't hear it. We're ignoring guidance because we know the consequences of it. And so then you think about courage. Courage is how you come to terms with what you have to do, right? You remember I said I was going to quote one thing from the Bible, right? One thing. And it's not technically in the Bible. You have to read around the edges to find this, okay? But you will have heard of Melchizedek. Melchizedek, who is only mentioned twice in the whole Bible, I think. Melchizedek, if you read around a bit, you discover that this gentleman, this man, was in command of a vast city or cities, tens, hundreds of thousands of people, hundreds of square miles, and tremendously rich and wealthy. But it was him, as I understand, that was to hand over to Abraham, hand it all over to Abraham. And there was a meeting of, I think this is one of the meetings, and it is vastly underrepresented in the Old Testament as well, but it happened. And so it is written that when Abraham was invited to inherit all of this and fill these shoes, he was nervous and he was apprehensive. Now, I find this a little funny, actually, because this is Abraham. This is Abraham. This is the father of all institutional religion, Abraham. And if he was apprehensive about doing something that was asked of him, and if he had a sense, as we all do, of what is required of doing that, I think it's okay for the rest of us to have apprehension about what we are being asked to do. Because we are kind of just like him. We are the sons, daughters of Abraham. We're like him. We'll feel the apprehension, but we'll do it anyway, right? And that, at the end of the day, is all that matters. Before we got online here, John and I were briefly chatting. You know, a conversation that you'll have from time to time, that we don't know how much time we have. None of us do. None of us do. It's sweet and it's precious. And come the last day, whenever that will be, all we'll remember is the sense of, yes, I stepped forward, I showed up, right? We won't remember the second guessing. We won't remember saying no a couple of times, or just remember that we did, right? And so, discernment, navigation, well, that's the key in the lock, isn't it? How do you do that? Well, what are the common fears that we tend to have, right? What are the common fears? Common fears are, well, what if I'm wrong? What if I ruin my life? What if I hurt someone? Or what if I lose the stability of everything I've created around me? Let's remember, God does not. Let's start again. God may get our attention through panic, but God does not guide us that way. Anxiety will shout, and guidance will persist. We wouldn't be given the whole map because we would freak out and we would say, absolutely no. Not small no. We'd say absolutely no. If you knew everything that was going to happen in your life from start to finish, you would say no. This is why we're not given the full map. We are given the next step because that is what we can handle. And sometimes the next step is move to another country. Sometimes the next step is get out of bed. All right? Let's go a little deeper then. How do you know the difference, right? So, guidance, divine guidance. I believe we can trust it when it's leading to honesty, when it's increasing aliveness, when it requires growth from us, when it deepens love, and when it moves us towards integrity. Now, we may fight what we have to do and we're being asked for from that, but we're discerning the quality of the guidance here. I do not think you can trust divine guidance when it involves impulsiveness or emotional flooding, avoidance, or people pleasing, right? Any people pleasers, you know? And God will lead us to truth. God will not lead us towards escape. And this small voice, it's small, it's still and relentless, right? There won't be pressure. There won't be panic. There won't be ego, or whether it's flattering or shaming. And it won't leave you alone. We're not dealing with physicality. We're not dealing with humanness. This is divinity. This is God. This is God. It could leave us alone for years and come back with the same clarity. Really, the courage to follow God is really the courage to trust. And God is closer to your life than fear is. God is closer to your life than fear is. To follow this, which you all have done hundreds of thousands of times. It's not dramatic when it comes to it. When you have come to the reconciliation of, yes, this is what I must do next. It's not dramatic. It's where pretense finishes. It's when you simply realize the conversation has to be had. It's a simple no or a simple yes. But let's revisit courage, because I really would like you to know this. What do you think courage is? It's not fearlessness. It's not the absence of fear. Courage is alignment. And if you only remember one thing from these brief minutes I have with you, would it please be that? Courage is alignment. The guidance that we get from God is rarely going to ask us to feel safer. It is usually going to ask us to become truer. And if you can understand that, you'll feel safer. And in a sense, it's so simple. Not easy, but simple. If we can be aligned with what is being asked of us, the next thing will happen is we will feel courage. As we move to closing here, I asked just one, I'm going to invite one question of reflection from you, okay? Just a thought. And the first thing that comes is the truth. What is the one thing that you already know that you've been postponing? That's all. That's all. Postponing, delaying, procrastinating. What's that one thing? Because that may already be where God is waiting for you. So yes, God speaks and appears in ordinary situations, in ordinary decisions. What you're tolerating, you're saying yes and no to. Where are you giving your energy? Where are you offering your gifts and where are you withholding them? And it's when we stop saying, is this safe? And start saying, is this true? That's when our next move forwards is. I'd like to take us into meditation now. If you'd like to close your eyes, take a nice breath. A lot has just been said to you. Really, it's just the 2 or 3 things that landed in your head, that landed in your heart. And so we pause. We take this breath as community coming together this beautiful morning. And as Jan has already invited us to do, we connect with the earth, connect with Mother Earth below us. And maybe this is the first time you've done this since last Sunday. That's fine. Mother Earth below us never forgets us. Father Sky above us never forgets us. The blessed love of Spirit surrounds us. Our phenomenal wisdom, purity, love, and connective bliss emanates from us. I'd like you to breathe and just let this move out through you like a fountain. It moves effortlessly as you breathe and you make more space, and then you make more space, you make more capacity to receive. For it is true, we are connected to that which is infinite. But what is in our domain is the will, the inclination to receive it. And so this is the prayer of our meditation this morning, my friends. In your own words, say, beloved Mother, Father, God, Goddess, please support me in this moment and all moments to be open, receptive to thy will. Please bring me into alignment with thy will, that I need not even call for courage, for it is already there. And just as I call to be an instrument of thy peace, make me equally a beacon, that when others are around me, I remind them of what and who they are and what they can be. Take a deep breath, my friends. Bring your hands to your chest, just gently take a breath there. Let your hands rest, of course. And then let's enjoy a few moments of silence in preparation for the next beautiful song that Greg will be sharing with us.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free, as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. For now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment, every day. I am more loving every moment, every day. I am surrender every moment, every day. It's a song written by Karen Drucker, David Roth, and Faith Rivera, some of the best positive songwriters out there, called Morning Prayer, I Will Surrender. Thank you.
Both Joshua and Greg, you have filled our hearts and nourished our spirits. We are so very grateful. Thank you. Thank you.